The following abridged definition is courtesy of the most reliable source online, Wikipedia. Dating is a stage of romantic relationships in humans whereby two people meet socially, possibly as friends, or with the aim of each assessing the other's suitability as a prospective long-term companion or spouse. Often, physical characteristics, personality, financial status, and other aspects of the involved persons are judged, and as a result, feelings can be hurt and confidence shaken. So, is it really worth it?
No. Had a lot of floozies in my life in high school. One-nighters, It's usually the type I go for. I've had one serious relationship. Horribly wrong. Tried to be the nice guy. Instead, she was a controlling bitch.
In a heartbeat, it is worth it. I have dated multiple times in my past, and I found the experience to be fun, pleasant. Of course, I was dating nice young women, but also pretty young women. I would do it again in a heartbeat if only I could find someone to go out with.
I'd say it's worth it. I mean, it sucks. It's expensive. Very expensive. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how much money was wasted. Oh, man.
Definitely a yes. You date people you're attracted to get to know the person and see how compatible you are. And I think most people hope that a relationship develops. I feel the older you are, the sooner you know whether it's going to work out or not, so that you don't drag it out. Can I end it there?
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. It lets you know just how insufferable a person you can or cannot be.
I'm so confused. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. When prompted, I will always hit continue. The story follows Scott Pilgrim, a guitar player for Sex Bob-omb. While dating Knives Chow, he meets the girl of his dreams, from his actual dreams, Ramona Flowers. He chats her up and realizes she is the one for him. He breaks up with Knives Chow and starts dating Ramona. The catch is he now must defeat her 7 evil ex-boyfriends. Not at all uncommon for a new relationship. I am a fan of Edgar Wright. He's British. Plus, whenever he makes a movie, he means business. A passionate filmmaker, inspired by respected names. His favorite movie, and the movie that changed his life, tell you he loves the idea of blending tones. From happy to sad and back, and not making the shift obvious.
Player 2 has entered the game.
And you got work.
Player 2 has left the game.
Scott Pilgrim, at its core, is a romantic comedy. The number of them is a very big number. Very few stand out. Plenty have been forgotten. Scott Pilgrim does not belong in the forgotten pile. There's no generic melodrama. Nobody gets pregnant. Nobody is waiting for the right time to propose. The characters aren't going through a midlife crisis. And the story is an adaptation of a graphic novel. Guilty as charged. But I did watch it with commentary, and from the sounds of it, it's watered down, yet faithful. Edgar Wright is faithful to his style. Deadpan humor, spoken fast.
Dude, this thing claims I have mail.
It's amazing what we can do with computers these days.
Dude, now I'm reading it.
Crash zooms. Insta-days. No long oneers, but that can be forgiven. A new trait is on display. A lot of directors are relying on visual effects, whether we support them or not. Edgar Wright understands the concept of discipline, not using CGI as a crutch. Scott Pilgrim was filmed on real locations. This living room set is, in fact, this long. In the background, that's a real squirrel. Talk about good timing. The squirrel has no clue it's famous. Michael Cera was already famous before he became Scott Pilgrim. Youth is in revolt during most of our story. At best, we're looking at a very colorful commentary on relationships. At worst, we are witness to a story that shows why dating is not worth it. A story that begs the question, how does every evil ex know who Scott is and where he'll be? And why did number 7 not have to defeat number 6 through 1? You must ignore such questions and instead embrace crazy. Everyone embraces the craziness, and that's a big part of why I'm able to invest. Every ex, from Steve Rogers to Clark Kent, own their screen time.
Thanks, Tom. How's life? He seems nice.
My favorite casting is Aubrey Plaza. She comes off very authentic, like this is just how she behaves. The kind of friend where it doesn't make sense that you're friends with her, but it works. Ish. What works more than ish is the cutting. Baby Driver made these two of my favorite editors. The storytelling style of Scott Pilgrim is different, but the cutting is seamless.
Been a while.
Yeah.
The self-aware element is too. From wordplay to language bleeps.
How are you doing that with your mouth?
Never mind how I'm doing it.
Also, respect for on-set lighting cues. I don't know how many people care about on-set lighting cues, but if you do, you have earned a hug. Bill Pope deserves a big hug. Scott Pilgrim benefits from his eye for capturing action and intimacy. During his 3-decade-long career, he's captured all ages. The age of Jackie Chan inspired the fighting scenes. Edgar Wright loves police story. That made Brad Allen the perfect man for the job. The results speak for themselves. I've thought about which character speaks to me, who I relate to. Rephrase. Who I want to relate to. Be friends, and not pretend Facebook friends, real buddies. He's got maybe the most minimal screen time, but he made the biggest impression. I just don't understand how someone can be so relaxed at a party. Oh, I freeze up. I'm the guy in the corner talking to myself and writing. What do? Channel your zen. I mean, if that's what you call it. I could really just be projecting. 3 notes for possible improvement. Ramona has a story for every evil ex except the twins. There's no reason for that to be missing. With one exception, every evil ex explodes into coins. The coins are cool, but they have no impact on the story. How about if, for every fight he wins, he gets an upgrade for the next fight? You pick. Incomplete ideas or face value quirk. Julie Powers has issues. Okay. What are they? Jimmy, Stacy Pilgrim's boyfriend, ends up with Wallace. There is more to explore with both ideas, but they're not delved into. I call it a missed opportunity. Scott Pilgrim is not a missed opportunity. It's not for every personality type, but for the personalities it is for, it rocks on. We want to thank you for your time. Wave goodbye.